and we're live. Hello everyone, welcome to this second live where I work on my open source extension Trello Cards Numbers Plus. If you've been with me the previous episode a couple days ago, I guess, we created a blacklist feature because this extension, for who weren't with me the other day, lets you add those numbers that are unique IDs on your Trello boards. And you also have this handy config menu where you can, for example, change the color or do whatever you like on customization. The last day we added this blacklist feature so that, for example, this board has the ID on the list and is that the numbers are not shown. And what I wanted to do today is working on a new issue I created. It's this one. Because right now you have to manually add the ID on the board, on this input over here, which is not really handy. So we could use a button to quickly add and remove the board if it's not there. And if you want to add this extension yourself on Chrome, you can do that on the Chrome store. And for example, the last day we had 75 users, and now there are 77. So probably two of you added their extension in their board. Okay, enough talking, let's go to the code. So the first thing I added on the list, sorry, I'm no longer on the code, was write a function to test if an ID is in the blacklist. And that's because the other day I just hard-coded this logic in here, this is the refresh function. But I think this should go, for example, in the utils file. So the first function will be this one. Okay, let me get rid of Copilot, otherwise it's boring. Okay, so we want to test if an ID is on the list. So is blacklisted. Board ID. It is a string. And we also need blacklist so that we can check our blacklist for IDs and actually no longer return this way, but rather return if our board is in the list. So for example, here we can just if is blacklisted, and then we have our config.blacklist and current board, we return. Is blacklisted is obviously declared over here, and it's configs. Okay, so something else that I might extract in the utils section is this line over here, because I think I might use it again in the future. So explore function get current board ID, which just returns this line over here, and I can replace it here. Okay, perfect. This is already compiling, and actually I forgot to move to a separate branch, so git checkout feature 18 blacklist toggle button. I forgot. Okay, awesome. So write a function to test if an ID is in the blacklist. It works. I mean, I created that, but I don't know if it works. Let me quickly check. Okay, so if I remove the Z, it appears. If I add it back and refresh, okay, it disappears, and that's what we did the last stream. So add the button in the pop-up for sure. I was thinking about adding for now a button here, then we style it properly next to the blacklist. Let's see how it works. How does it render if I do that like that? Okay, I will probably add the style later and also center everything. So this is our button, and yep, we have the button. We have the function to add remove the current ID. Okay, this should probably go on the pop-up. Config logic. Okay, over here. It's not a DOM utility. We'll maybe move it later. Our function will toggle current board blacklist. And it returns void. What did I forget? Oh, okay, because it's empty. So the first thing I want to know is, similarly to what I did on the main logic over here, is to know if the current board is blacklisted. The configs are not this easily accessible, but I think I can get them from here. This is the current blacklist. So if our board is blacklisted, we want to remove, else we want to add it. So let's do the add first because it's probably easier. Whenever we want to set a config here, we just we read the value on the input, so we can probably try to manually add it from here. I never remember. So let me store the blacklist over here so that I can access it quicker. So what I will do here is basically interpolate the string and add the current board to the existing blacklist. So that's my blacklist over here. And current board and a semicolon. I'm not sure if this actually works. Anyway, our button should have an ID so that I can attach the listener. The blacklist toggle btn. That's an easy name to remember. And here I can take my button and add the listener on click. I want to toggle my button over here. Okay. Why did I forget again? Object is possibly null. You're right. You're always right. Okay, so do we have already something we can test? Probably yes, because we can see if this works actually. So if I go over here, I need to update the extension, and undefined, but at least it's something. So we know the button executed this code and added undefined over here. So maybe it didn't read our current board. Let's console log it. I think I need to update every time from here. It's quite annoying, to be honest. Maybe if I toggle the console. That's interesting. It didn't show anything from here. I never remember how to access the pop-up logs because it's on a different inspector. Okay, here we are. So when I click here, it's in the pop-up inspector, but again, it's undefined. Ooh, that could be a problem actually, because the pop-up has no visibility of the current page we're in. So let's try to actually directly print out the location from here, because probably this current board ID might not work from there, and it might mean we need a different solution to achieve the same result. Okay, so let's reload it again. And yep. Okay, so here's what we have, and yep, as I expected, we might have a problem. Because the pop-up does not know the string ID over here, so we cannot easily add that, or at least not that way. That's cool. So maybe for now we can work on how to remove the current board, and then on a different stream we can try to see how we can sync this URL, make sure the pop-up that is on a different page has this information, so that we can actually add and remove properly the blacklist here. So back to the code. Oh no, we can't even remove because we do not have the ID. So yeah, we can at least make the function ready without this one working over here. And then as soon as I find out how I can move the information, like I said, from this URL bar here to this pop-up, then I can actually test and make sure that everything works. So if I wanted to remove this feature, what I would do is probably, first I know that the issue is, and the current ID is here because I'm in this branch of the if. So I might want to do something similar to this one actually, because I need to first get rid of all the semicolons so that I have elements in my list that are the IDs of the single boards. And then I might want to filter board ID if board ID.trim to avoid white spaces equals to our current board. What filter must be used. Okay, obviously. So in this case, what I end up here is a list that has everything but the current board. So if I want to set again my new, let's say, filtered list, filtered blacklist, I cannot do that straight ahead because this is a list. But again, like I said, our list is many IDs separated by a semicolon. So sorry, my phone. So I can it distracted me, sorry. I can join them with again a semicolon, so that at the end of the day, this list over here is our string with all the semicolons with all the board IDs. So that will be the implementation. It sucks that I cannot test it right away because of that issue we have with passing away the board ID, but at least we have something. So if I look back at what we planned, we wrote a function to add and remove the ID, and the function in it is attached to the button because we said it works. And the last thing we might want to do is to update the button text if the ID is present, so that, for example, if it's not present, the button shows a plus symbol, and if the toggle will remove the ID is the minus symbol. But like I said, we cannot do that right now. So for now, I will just commit what we did over here. That is this utility function. And probably in a next live stream, I will show you how I can connect the two things together. And yep, and I can finally close the final task of this issue. And another good reason is that I'm Italian and I need to get my pasta because it's around lunchtime. So let's end up with git add everything. I can check from here if it's what expected. So I added the button. I created on the utils file these two functions, and I also added on the pop-up this function that toggles the blacklist and it's attached to the button. So that's pretty much a lot of work, and yeah, that's a good starting point. I can commit function to toggle blacklist attached to the new button, and there it is. I can push my branch. That's perfect. I could actually create a draft pull request. No, I'm not gonna do that now. So, well, thank you for staying with me. How much time? It was, I don't see the number over here. Okay, 80 minutes. So yeah, we did 20 minutes once again. And yep, if you want to contribute to the project, you can find it here. I might also add the link in the description of this live, so if you watch it later, you can find it. And yeah, if you want to work on the issues or open pull requests, I'm happy to review and help you going through the process. And yep, that was it for today. So thank you for staying out with me this 20 minutes. And well, see you. Oh wait, before going, let me know if you like this time for the lives. I think it's around lunchtime because it comes handy for me. And if you want to come back later, if you want to add a comment, feel free. Okay, I think I said everything I wanted to say. Yeah, so thank you again, and see you the next live or also on a new video. Bye guys.